Hello, good evening, and welcome everyone to the Master of Public Health Information meeting at Cal State San Marcos. My name is Fina Lopez, and I am one of the admission counselors for this program. And thank you for joining us this evening. We'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so admission requirements for the program. All of the items that you see on the left-hand side are general requirements of all of our master programs within the institution of Cal State San Marcos. So of course you need a bachelor's degree from a regionally accredited institution, a minimum GPA of a 2.5 in your last 60 semester units, or 2.5 in your last degree completed. Within this Master of Public Health program, we do have supplementary criteria that is required for this program specifically. We require official transcripts from all institutions attended. So if you attended a community college, if you transferred to a four-year, if you took an online one course from any university or community college, we require all official transcripts from anywhere that you attended. A current resume stating any coursework that you've completed, any work experience, also 2 letters of recommendation, 1 academic and 1 professional preferred. Now, if it's been, let's say, 10 years since you've attended college, we will accept 2 professional, and vice versa. If you do not have any professional recommendations, we will accept 2 academic. We also require these letters of recommendation to be on letterhead and to be signed by your recommenders. We require 300 to 500 word narrative statement, same thing as a personal statement. So you want to discuss in your statement why this program and how this program relates to your professional goals and maybe any kind of experience that has led you to this particular degree. We require 1 prerequisite course, and that is statistics, and you need to have a grade of C or better in that course. You can apply to the program with this course in progress. It would simply need to be completed before you begin the program. You can send your official transcripts to the address over on the right. We also allow for electronic transcripts as long as your institution allows for that as well. And there is the email address where electronic transcripts can be sent. If you are a graduate of Cal State San Marcos or you're currently attending, you do not need to submit your Cal State San Marcos transcripts. We have access to see those. If you had transferred to Cal State San Marcos, there's a possibility that we may have your transcripts on hand, but it depends on how long ago you attended. They could be purged by now, so please just reach out to us before you send them because we may or may not have your transferred coursework on hand. Okay, so this program is a cohort-based model, and what cohort means is that you begin and end with the same students throughout your entire program. We have 2 concentrations, and that would be health promotion and health education, as well as global health. We begin the program in fall and spring, so we have 2 start terms, and it does go throughout the summer. We admit 30 full-time per concentration. The program is hybrid, so you're doing face-to-face time and online coursework. In beginning spring 2019, both of our concentrations will be offered fully online. We currently have about 6 approved states for our fully online program, and that would be California, Arizona, Hawaii, Idaho, Oklahoma, and Wisconsin. Courses are offered every 8 weeks during the fall and spring, and summer courses are offered 5 weeks during the summer. It is a 42 semester unit program. Class hours are from 5:30 to 8:30, and they're typically Monday through Thursday, and each class meets 1 night per week, with the exception of the biostats, which currently meets 2 nights per week. The spring 2019 priority application deadline is August 15, 2018. And you can definitely continue to apply after that priority deadline. We will continue to accept up until the cohort is filled. So here is an example of the curriculum plan. On the left-hand side, there is the health promotion plan, and on the right is global health. As you will see, they share the same core courses, and I believe there are about 7 or 8 of those core courses that they share per concentration, and then you branch out into your particular concentration. So we'll take the health promotion as an example. Year 1, let's say you start at the fall cohort, you'll be taking those courses fall 1, fall 2, you'll have spring courses, and in the summer, you'll have those 2 5-week sessions, with the exception of Public Health 693, that will be 10 weeks, that is your internship. And then you will have spring courses, you'll have fall courses and end in fall. So it is 4 semesters for the entire program, and it's broken down there per concentration and per start term. If you start in spring, then you'll end in spring as well. And here are just some of the different courses. Again, those 501 to 507 are the core courses that both concentrations share, and then they break off into each specific concentration. We do have that internship, Public Health 693. For the internship, 180 hours are required for that specific internship. Now, if you are already working in a public health area, there's a possibility that you can complete your internship hours at your place of work, as long as it is not your primary place of work. So it's not your job duties. If it's in a different department at your place of work, then that's a possibility that you can complete those hours there. So again, students beginning in fall complete their internship during the summer over 10 weeks, and you can start those internship hours as early as mid-May, because it is a quicker summer and you must complete 180 during that summertime. Spring students will begin their internship in spring, and that is 16 weeks over the spring, and you can begin as early as December 1st. Any students with international transcripts, we do have an international advising team that will work with you on your foreign transcripts. They do have to be evaluated and reviewed by an approved evaluation agency. Any study abroad coursework, we may or may not need those submitted as well. When we review your applications and your official transcripts, if we see any study abroad, we will work with the international admission team. Should they need anything from your study abroad place, they will notify you. Here's a list of available resources at all students at Cal State San Marcos. So even as a master's or graduate student in extended learning, you have all of the same resources available to you as the traditional students. I would say that the Writing Center, Graduate Studies, and maybe Tech Support and Career Center are a lot of valuable resources for graduate students. So those are some things to take into consideration and to utilize as a student here. Tuition for the program is $5.99 per unit. So what we have provided here is a breakdown of the courses that you would be taking and the cost per semester. So fall, you will be taking 12 units, spring 12, summer 9, fall 9. You'll see the tuition breakdown there, as well as semester fees that are from our extended learning department, and that is $812 per semester currently. So the rough cost of the program with tuition and fees only is $28,406. Now that does not include the cost of living, any books, or additional expenses or software. Now we don't have this on here, but students who are deciding to do the online only, the semester fees is a little bit different, and that would be $55 per semester for online only students. Financial aid is available. So current students can go to csusm.edu financial aid scholarships to view those online. Also, fastweb.com is an outside scholarship resource. It is free. Scholarship should always be free, so you should never pay to apply for a scholarship. Payment plans are available should you need to pay out of pocket for any tuition, and they are only available for fall and spring only. Payment plans are not available during the summer. Calva is not available for any extended learning programs either, but we do accept GI post 9/11 tuition. If you have any further questions regarding financial aid, their contact information is there, and you can reach out to them with further questions. Questions. So again, if you have any questions, please go ahead and put your questions in the question box, and we will answer them one by one. Again, there's our contact information. My name is Fina Lopez. I work with students with last names A through K. Christy Langlow is the other advisor / admission counselor. She works with students last names L through Z. So if you have specific questions, we can answer them there. We can also answer them now. I do see that we have quite a few questions, so we'll go through each question. Okay, so someone mentioned that the audio was muffled and you couldn't really understand. So we'll try. This presentation has actually been being recorded, and it will be sent to every student that has attended and not attended. So before we send it to all students, we will see if we can play with the audio and make sure that the quality is a little bit better before we send it to you guys. So someone asked, when do we send in official transcripts in the application process? So it is best to start your application, submit your application, and then request your official transcripts. Otherwise, if your official transcript is sent and received before your application, you may not be in the system. So your official transcripts may be in a holding tank until you apply. So it is best to start your application, submit that first, and then your official transcript second. You can upload your documents, such as your resume, your personal statement. Both can be uploaded online as well. There will be a section for recommenders on the online application. You enter their name and their email, and they will receive a link when you submit your application, and they'll be able to digitally upload their letter of recommendation. Next question. If I'm applying for the fall of 2019, when is my application due? So fall 2019, we don't have a due date yet for that program. It'll most likely be around March. And again, that'll be a priority. So if you want to be considered within the first round, I would suggest March, by the end of March for fall 2019. Someone asked if I have reported a different grade on the application, was already submitted, which is different than what my transcript says. How can I fix my submitted application? I don't believe you can go back in and fix that grade, but not to worry. We base everything off of what we see on your official transcript. So if there was an accident or was a mistake, no need to worry. We will look on everything off of your official transcript and base everything off of that. Someone else mentioned students doing an international internship would do the summer classes online, or would we have to take the semester off? That is a good question. We can reach out to faculty, but I would assume if you're a global health student, they are trying to do an internship abroad, that would be online. But again, I will reach out to faculty and we will get back to you on that specific question. Another student asked, for the letter of recommendation on Cal State Apply, it gives the evaluators the option to do the evaluation online. How does it work with the letter of rec process? That is the same thing. So you will just enter your recommender's name and email. They'll receive a link. They'll be able to upload their letter of recommendation, attach it there. Should there be any kind of, if they don't receive the link or any kind of mix up, your recommender, you can have them certainly send it to your specific academic advisor. Another question. Can you repeat the tuition amount for online students? Yes, so the tuition, let me go back to that page. The tuition is the same for all students, which is $5.99 per unit. The only difference is the semester fees, which hybrid students will be $812 per semester, and for online only students will be $55. So tuition is the same, semester fees is different. Another question. You had said it would be a $55 semester online for students. Yes. So not per unit again. Tuition is the same, $599 per unit, whether you're hybrid or online. It's only semester fees that is different. 55 for online, 812 for hybrid. Okay, so someone's asking, how does the internship work for the distance program? So it would work the same as students here on campus. Ultimately, we do have an internship coordinator, and the internship coordinator has a lot of references within the area and people that are looking for internship students. So you can work with our internship coordinator. Again, you can utilize the Career Services Center to see if they have any opportunities. Also, you can seek out your own internship. If there's a company that you're looking to work for or you're interested in, I would say seek that employer out, try to get an internship with them, and then hopefully in the long run you can be hired by them. The only caveat is that we need to have a memoranda of understanding with that company, and if we don't already have one in place with Cal State San Marcos, then there's just paperwork that needs to be completed. Okay, another question is it possible to begin the regular MPH program and then transition to the online program partway through the program? I asked because I prefer to attend the resident program, but I might have to move before finishing the degree. So to answer that question, we are not certain yet, simply because we intend to start the online program in spring. We're still working out some kinks. So we will have to get back to you on that question. As of now, we are not certain. Another one, is it mandatory to take classes during the summer? Is it possible to take them during the fall/spring? I have training for the Army during the summer. So to finish this program in the 4 months, in the 1.5-year time frame as a full-time student, you do need to go through the summer. However, should you need to take a semester off, yes, we can certainly work with you on taking a semester off, but it may have implications on how long it will take you to finish the program. So we will reach out to that student and provide a little bit more explanation with that. Another question, how many students are accepted to each cohort? We'll accept 30 students per concentration per cohort. So that's about 60 students total. Another question, what happens if I begin the online program in California but have to move partway through the program to a state that was not on the approved list? Good question. We will get back to you on that because as of now, this is provided by the Chancellor's office, which is oversees all Cal State universities, and we only have approval of 6 states so far, and they are working on getting approval for more states. So we will update you on that as we have approval from more states. So another question is this program accredited already? So we are certainly WASC accredited as an institution. All of our programs are regionally accredited by WASC. We are going through the process of being accredited through the Public Health Commission. As a new program, we had to wait a year to go to even apply. So we are in the process of applying and getting approval. Once we get approved, all students in the program will be grandfathered in, even if you've graduated, and you will graduate with their accreditation. So another question is, CSUM takes only 30 applicants per program. Is that correct? Currently, we're taking 30 applicants per concentration full-time. We do have very few students that want to go part-time. We haven't met the full 30 per concentration, so certainly if we have more than that, we're willing to work with that. But as of now, that is our max, but there's definitely flexibility within that area. Another question is, I was told by an evaluator that it asked for EOP questions and there's no option to upload the letter of rec. What do we have them do in that instance? The EOP, of my understanding, that is through the traditional undergrad. I don't believe EOP applies to master programs. And we will get back to you on that. We've covered some internship stuff. So when will spring 2019 decisions be made? So after the priority application deadline of August 15th, we'll send all of the applications that we have so far that are completed, and we will send them off to the faculty or the review committee for review. And typically it's about a 1 to 2 week turnaround time after that. So the first round of students will hear back towards the end of August. Another option, is there an option between a full-time student or part-time student depending on schedule availability? I would suggest to start as a full-time student. So if you're currently working full-time and you're debating, is this program going to work for me? Am I going to be able to work full-time, go to school full-time, and complete this program? I will say most of our students are working full-time and are in the program full-time. Now, if you're debating between that, I would suggest starting full-time and then going down to part-time in your second semester. Only because if you start as a part-time student, you will be behind going to a full-time student. So start as a full-time student so you're not behind in the program, and then you can drop to a part-time student during the second 8 weeks of the first semester. Another question, will you guys ever open a different emphasis, such as healthcare management or healthcare administration? There has been talks about another concentration, but as of now, we're fully focusing on health promotion, education, and global health, and making them at online programs and online concentrations. So I don't see another concentration coming yet, but certainly within the next year or so. But again, our focus is making these online. What kind of careers do people attain with this master's degree? I want to be a physical therapist, and I'm not sure if this program is right for me. Certainly, we do have a lot of students that come and go through this program. For some students, yeah, it certainly can be a stepping stone to a lot of nursing programs, to physician assistants, to physical therapists. We also have people that are career changers. You can work through hospitals, private practice, government agencies. You can promote public health within the county, the city, many different areas that you can work with this degree. Another question, through the CSU application, my evaluator was sent a survey to fill out. It asked about EOP. Yeah, so I believe EOP is only for the traditional undergraduate students and not for master program students. So the CSU apply application, you'll see a ton of questions and a ton of different areas on that because it is the same application for all CSU programs in all Cal State universities. Now, there are certain areas you don't have to fill out and will not apply to you. There's some areas that ask about credentials, TB tests. Obviously, that does not apply to this program, so you do not have to fill out that area. Another question, I graduated in 2015 from CSUSB and didn't keep in touch with professors. Would I still have to get one letter from them and one professional, or could both letters be professional or from an internship that I completed while in school? So that's about 3 years ago. If you're able to, I would suggest trying to obtain a letter of recommendation from a professor. If it is too difficult, certainly then just obtain 2 professional letters of recommendation. Should the review committee say that they absolutely want one, we will work with you then, and we can provide them an explanation like you were providing to us. And maybe you can send us something separately why you weren't able to obtain a academic letter of recommendation. So someone asked, has your program maxed at 30 ever? What's your average cohort size? Currently, I believe we may be hitting 30 students. For our most popular concentration is the health promotion education. And I believe we are maybe at around 27 to 30 students, but it hasn't been any higher than that. We are certainly, if we receive more highly qualified students, we're not going to turn them down. We will make accommodations for all students. Someone's asking if there's an option to combo an MPH and MBA. I don't believe that at Cal State San Marcos you can be in 2 master programs at once. You would need to apply to one or the other, and they both do have very different prerequisite courses and application processes. Another question asks, are all the classes in San Marcos or some of the Temecula campus? All of the classes are here at the San Marcos location. Again, they are hybrid, so you will be doing a lot of online coursework and you will meet 1 night per week per class. So you'll be coming to campus 1 night per week per class, and classes are 5:30 to 8:30 in the evening. Another question is, does it matter if I got my bachelor's in health admin and want to transition into public health? That does not matter. So there is no specific degree or major that your bachelor's degree needs to be into this program. And you actually don't have to have related experience to get into the program. But if you don't, then you'll definitely want to explain in your personal statement why you want to get into this field and how this program will help you reach your career goals. We have a couple more questions. Do your internships have to be partnered with CSUSM for legal purposes? Are there pre-approved entities that CSUSM prefers? Not that CSUSM prefers, but we do have pre-approved entities that we've worked with before. As an institution, we have many students doing internships all over. Like I mentioned, if there's a place in particular that you really want to work at, we just need a memorandum of understanding, and our professors can help you work that out. and it's really just paperwork and documentation that needs to get signed and approved. Another question, my evaluators completed the survey sent by the CSUS application. They are not provided a link to upload a letter. Do they still have to write a letter? Yes, we do require 2 letters of recommendation. So I apologize that that link was not sent. You should be able to go back in and resend, go back into your CSU apply application and try to resend those, links for the letters of recommendation. If that does not work, then go ahead and have your recommender send their letter of recommendation directly to your academic advisor. And I will go back to those names. So again, Fina Lopez for A through K, Christy Langlow, last names L through Z. Last question, how close is the CEPH accreditation? I would say probably within the next year. Because we had 1 year of our first program, 1 year of applying. Now they're just going through paperwork and providing us feedback, and we correct it and submit it back. So within the next year, we should hear back. Another question is, what is the preferred dress code in the cohorts? To my knowledge, there is no dress code for the cohorts. So you can come as you are. Last question, I had the same problem with my evaluator being able to upload the recommendation letter. Yeah, certainly you can email it to el@csusm.edu. Make sure that is csusanmarcos.edu. Or they can certainly, your recommenders can certainly send it directly to your academic advisor. That way we can keep track of it and upload it to your application. So either one would work, absolutely is fine. But please, please have your recommenders put it on company letterhead and have it signed and then send it to us. Okay, so it looks like that was the end of all the questions. As I mentioned before, this audio is being recorded, so everyone will be sent a copy of this. You'll have a copy of the PowerPoint as well. And please feel free to reach out to us with any questions. And thank you again for taking time out of your evening to join us this evening. Have a good night.